Hi guys, Rachybop here. Welcome to my first official Sims 4 Get to Work video. In this video I am going to do a kind of walkthrough of the detective career. This is an early access Get to Work game that was supplied to me by EA to review, so thank you to them for this. I've currently spent over 12 hours playing at this point in time. It's going to be a lot more soon because I would like to go through all the careers. The reason why I decided to do this style of video was I always like to try and do different things for you guys and evolve based on your reaction to it, and I like to give you the information because after all you're the reason why I get things like early access to the game. So I try and give you what I think you want. So this is going to be a breakdown, it's kind of a bit of a story as well, because I'm using one character who I love, my sim from my previous gameplay if you've been watching it. Oh, and all these things where it says items removed is because on this account that I'm playing with I don't have outdoor retreat on it like I do on my actual account. So this is just the early access account, and yeah, so you might notice a few bald heads because they have outdoor retreat hair. So yeah, that's why. So the sim I'm playing with is Holly. It's the sim you can see here. She was originally, that's a pop-up that comes up when you have blah blah get to work. So Holly is I think she's a young adult. I don't think she's an adult yet at this point. And she is currently in the criminal career, so I thought it'd be really interesting to take her out of that and put her in the complete opposite, which would be the detective career. Now I'm sure if the criminal career had been as sort of dynamic as the criminal career, as a detective career, we might have made some criminal friends that we might have been able to bring in straight away, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So Holly's quitting her job now, and then she's going to get on the career ladder as a detective, and I'm going to go through every shift. I might cut out some bits that are a bit repetitive because it can get a little bit repetitive, but I'm basically going to show you the whole story from start to end of the detective career. This is the detective career here, 28 simoleons an hour, the starting salary, as you can see there. Vacation available 3 days. She works 8 till 5, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and she gets Monday and Tuesday off. She's got 2 little targets there for a promotion, and also the ideal mood for her is to be focused. So at this point, to get this gameplay down for you guys, I've just been speeding through her home life, and she has a huge family, as you can see. The main person in this family being Nicole, who's the lady there with the pink hair on the bottom. That's her mum. Holly is one of triplets, but the other 2 have moved out. They were 2 boys who were pretty much identical, and she looks not very much like them. She has purple hair, which is an addition I made myself because her hair didn't come out too good naturally. Nicole has a lot of children, so Holly has a lot of brothers and sisters. Nicole has she has a husband who died from overexertion, and then she has her new husband who's just to the left of her there, Colton. I think it's Colton. I get mixed up between Colton and Colby, but I think it's Colton. Colby is next to Holly there. That's her husband, and they have 1 child, which is Emma, who is now bald on the timeline there. Then next to Holly to her right is Sparrow. That's she's another one of Nicole's daughters. And we've got Summer then to the right of that, and then Ben right at the end there. So they are all Nicole and Colton's children. So what the lineage I'm trying to create, which has kind of gone to pot by the end of this gameplay, but you will see. And I'm sorry for not seeing to everyone's needs during this gameplay. I'm just trying to get Holly through this career and tell you all the information and everything she gets with each promotion that she gets. So as you can see, I've completely forgotten what I was saying here, but Holly is quite happy, and Sparrow and everything. Oh, the lineage, yeah. So Holly is potentially going to take over the family home when Nicole dies, and then it will also be passed on to Emma. It's kind of going down her bloodline. But will things go to plan? Probably not. A little milestone complete there. A few of those and achievements as we go through. There's also some alien things that you'll see during this. I can't help it. I can't filter out everything. I just wanted to show you the detectives, but there we go. So Holly has no interest right now in chess, but you'll see that develop as we go through the career, because you definitely will benefit from having a sim that is very high in the logic skill in the detective career. You can she's starting as an officer here, and then we'll see what level that is, but past level 1, 2 and 3 it was pretty quick. She starts working now, so you will get a notification like that, so you need to make sure everything's up to speed, and then you can choose whether to join or send alone. Obviously in this video I'm going to join her every single time. If you send her alone, that's it, you don't get a second chance. Now the one thing I will mention is loading screens. You're going to see them a lot. Luckily they are very quick at this point. I don't know if that will, I mean, it's bound to get worse, isn't it? But then they also have quite interesting information on them that could give you a little boost. So here we are, welcome to the force, it's time to start fighting crime. So here she is in her officer uniform. I have found that there are, I could be wrong with any of this stuff, but I'm going to just tell it like it. I've seen it working through the entire levels of this career, but I've found that you have this uniform through to about the middle. We'll see exactly. I'm taking screenshots because I just can't resist taking screenshots. And then you get the kind of the one with the shirt and the, I don't know, holster, gun holster kind of halfway through, and then the chief outfit right at the end. So the first thing you're going to do is get a case assignment. You can see it works like an event within the game, like just like the parties and things do. You can see up there it says work day ends at 5. That part did go a bit glitchy. This certainly wasn't without its glitches. So the first thing is get a case assignment. You can see 0 of 1. This is what she's doing on the computer. This is the room in the police station. The police station isn't that big, and there's also some kind of annoying flaws with it, but all in all I really like it, and it's well populated but not too populated for what's there. If you want to use a machine, do you see there I clicked on the map there to travel to the crime scene, and that is instant once you finished what you were doing before that. Yeah, if you want to use a machine and another sim is on it, that sim will move off the machine so that you can go on it, so that's good. And now we're at the crime scene. We're going to look for clues, and you can see there's some like graffiti on the floor. You can see it outside. She's going inside to have a look in there. She's feeling happy. She's ticked off on the box down at the bottom right there that she's gone to the crime scene, so that's one thing ticked off. She's just getting some orange juice from someone else's fridge. Very nice. Yeah, so, and also as you see from the notification wall there, it tells you what your sims are doing back home, which is good. So this guy's asleep on the couch, and we're going to take a witness report from this guy. That's one of our goals, as you can see on the top left, for us to achieve. And she's going to sit next to him and take that report. She always gets her notepad out. Who knows where the orange juice went. And he's going to tell her what he knows. It's pretty much the same animation for that. Whoever you ask, they kind of say about this high and over there. It's not actually annoying as much as you would think it would be. So once you've got that witness report, that kind of gathers as evidence which you will analyse back at the station. And if you click on these graffitis on the floor, which I don't like at all, there's one, oh she needs the toilet, there's one that is like of a dead body, like the outline of a dead body, and I think that's really good. I like that, I think it's relevant, but these graffitis I don't really like. I don't know, they just seem all very samey and I don't really get them. But you can click collect evidence and you can take a picture if you want to, and you can see on the left those keep popping up of how many clues you need to get, 0 out of 5 and 1 out of 3 and all that. That kind of is the only, like looking back, obviously it was hours and hours ago that I actually did this, but looking back, this is the only time it said like 0 out of 5. Towards the end it just ends up being out of 1 all the time and just pops up multiple times. So I don't know if that's a bit of a glitchy thing or what, because this is quite good. And you can see the bar going up there, and to have a successful day and improve your performance on the meter down in the right hand side, you're gonna need to get this bar right up if you want to like achieve this career in full before you die. I would definitely advise starting off as soon as you're able to work, you know, as soon as you turn as a young adult, decide what you want to do and do it, otherwise you're not going to achieve anything. It kind of makes you wonder how the chief in the office is sometimes a young adult, like how did that happen? They must be really, really high in every aspect of their life, like logic and happiness and everything. You can see Holly's a bit tired at the moment. You can see that in the bottom right. You also get to have a good look around all the maps when you're playing and this, because it kind of spawns you in loads of different places, which is nice. So it gives another little aspect to the game. And I can see that just by playing out this career, how much time I've invested into it. And that's like not at a leisurely pace. Well, I can't speak. But so I think it's really good because you're actually getting a whole lot for your money. So now she's back at the station and it tells you, it's kind of a bit like a tutorial initially. It tells you that you need to use the chemical analyzer in the computer to evaluate the evidence that you've just gathered. Because when you leave that crime scene, everything will be wiped and you can kind of go back to it. So it's important to get everything you can and then analyse all the evidence. It tells you what to do at the top left, and I definitely advise using that because regardless of what you do, if you don't do what's up there, you're not going to get a good performance boost. You'll notice that performance line in the bottom right will kind of boost up when you finish your shift. So it'll be the next shift that you actually benefit from that. And your ideal mood here is focused. So towards the last few, well, when I kind of realised that I needed to be focused and managed to get a hang of getting her mood up before she came to work, which was relatively easy once I ignored all my other sims, it kind of made her easier to like pop on the chessboard before she started work. So now you can see the machine kind of working here. It's a really nice animation. Again, it's repetitive but not annoying. So because her logic skill's not too great and because she's not really used that analysis machine before, she actually failed with that analysis. But you still, like, usually you would still get a point within the events machine, but because this says successfully use the analyzer, she didn't get anything, so she needs to come back and try again, and hopefully this time she'll succeed with this. We shall see. So, and she's failed again, unfortunately. So we're going to have to go and try again, keep trying and keep trying to get this successfully, use the chemical analyzer point. Yeah, so she's successfully done it. You can see that by the way she kind of celebrated there. So for now you can use a computer to file the results there. File crime scene evidence at a computer. So now we need to click on a computer. There's 3 here and 1 in the analysis room, but I kind of came accustomed to using these ones in the room and forgot about the analysis room one until kind of near the end. So it's almost Colby's birthday, as you can see there. Colby is her dad. It's not Colton that's her dad. Oh, I told you I'd get really confused between those 2 names. So Colby is her dad. Colton is her husband. Very weird things to get confused about. Oh, another screenshot there. Very nice. So this is the crime map in front of her. That's where you will add the clues and use that to go on patrol and send out an APB, that kind of thing. At the moment she's filing crime scene evidence. Okay, good work. She's done that, and tomorrow she's going to learn about the new steps within a case. For now she's got some kind of other tasks which kind of seem irrelevant to the case in hand. They're kind of just time fillers and quick ways, well, not even quick ways, but ways to get I don't know, get your points in the event system, I guess. So you can take a mug shot of any of the prisoners. The prisoners stay pretty much the same. Most of them stayed the same. I think one of them changed during my duration of being at the station. That's a nice rhyme. So Holly is tired and she's now on her way to get one of the prisoners out of the cells. There's absolutely no risk of the prisoner's escape as far as I've seen. I decided towards the end of the career to just let the prisoners wander the station, and they did. As much as they kind of rattle and look really anxious to get out of the cell, when you open the doors they don't try and run out or anything like that, and they just kind of walk with you. You don't have them handcuffed to you, you can leave them out, you're supposed to lock them back in the cell. There is an interaction for that, and that's what I did initially. But, yeah, when I didn't, there was no consequence. Even when I left them out and then went home, like, I didn't see anyone put them back in. And, like, even at one time, the guy just went and used the computer. So this is my first guy that I'm going to take a mugshot off. I like these animations. You can take a fingerprint, a mugshot, and you can search them. This is a mugshot, which is really nice. I kind of wish that the picture popped up on the screen there. That would have been nice, but maybe it was unnecessary effort for them. Then you can search the suspect, which is what she's going to do now. He kind of walks to her and then they have to walk back. But it's a lot smoother than it would have been in previous games. Oh, she's found a turkey baster. She's not going to use it, don't worry. Throws that away. She finds various things and it's all kind of chuckle worthy. It's a lot of it. You do kind of get really involved. I definitely got involved with this. I felt really accomplished when I solved cases and things. So she's still searching in there. She found something else. He's thinking about music. It keeps him calm. No idea what he's in for. And now we're just selecting the computer there. And now we're going to do something else. What we can do? Fingerprints maybe? Or are we taking more mugshots? If we take, we've got 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2 and a 0 out of 2 on the top left there. So I think she's going to take his fingerprints now. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, you still get the marker on the top left, so that's absolutely fine. So we'll lock him in the cell because we've just done that for him. We can't do it anymore. She's saying she can't do that. It did that a few times. And I had to just move her so she was able to do it. There was nothing in the way, it was just sometimes it just seemed that she couldn't do it. I'm not sure why. The lady down there on the PC is wearing the second stage uniform, which you'll get halfway through the career. So just taking my camera over here so that I can select travel to crime scene. No, what am I doing at this point? She's only got an hour left. So deciding what to do, because actually taking the criminals out of the cell is really time consuming with the time it takes to walk there and actually get the fingerprints and the and search them, take a mugshot, and then she fell asleep anyway in the cell. So, you know, what are you going to do? This is her first day on the shift. So she sent 252 simoleons there, and that is the end of her first shift, which was not like amazingly successful, but we did get high performance, so hopefully that will improve and we'll get a promotion maybe in the next one. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So now she's back home, and yeah, we're just going to take care of her needs really quickly. You can see her performance has jumped a little bit up, but she still needed to go on patrol and certain other things to make herself better and towards a promotion. As you can see, Holly is now in the level 2 of the career already. Regardless, she didn't have a promotion or anything like that. She just seemed to come away from her first day as level 2, which was a bit weird, but absolutely fine by me. Holly at this point is very family orientated. It's along with her like lineage and aspirations that she wants to be family orientated. Her relationships are doing really well, and you will see that suffer throughout the time of like pursuing her career, because to do it in full, that's just what needs to happen. Now she's going for a second shift at work, but I definitely say that unless you're really high up in the skills that lend themselves to the career that you're doing, you're not going to accomplish it unless you sacrifice a few things. That's just life, unfortunately. So here we are, training day 2, train harder. There's still a bit more to learn before you're ready on your own with the cases. Now we're going to go out into the community, get a move on rookie. Okay, so here she is at work. You will always land here when you go into work. And it says that Holly has discovered a clue. The suspect is a female. I don't know where she discovered that clue. It just popped up. So at the moment we're going to go on patrol. That was our only pointer up the top left. I don't know what we would call those. Task, I guess. So that was our only task at the moment. So click go on patrol. Definitely when I went on patrol, there was a few glitches that happened, especially towards the end of her career. We'll see those in due course. Again, a loading screen before you go on patrol. Items removed, that just comes from not having outdoor treat, because I did have it. It won't happen if you don't have it on anyway. So when an officer is on patrol, they can get to know the community and keep troublemakers in check. So we're going to talk with residents. You can see there it just said she's found another clue, which is that the suspect is wearing a skirt. You'll see later on that that makes absolutely no sense, because usually she will find the clues as she's working. At the moment she's just on patrol. She's going into Hello Slough. This is a house that I actually built initially. You'll know that if you watched my videos from the start, but for some reason it sent me in there when actually really I just need to be out and about walking, and that's usually what you would do on patrol. And our tasks here are to chat with civilians and issue a citation. I'm not sure if I say that correctly because it's not a word I'm familiar with, but I'm sure one of you will correct me if I don't. And the citation that you issue will be to people that are fighting or littering. I find it easier just to click on people because it's really hard to tell sometimes, and also it's good just to zoom out and see what's going on, because there might be a brawl going on somewhere that you can't see it. So it really benefits to be the eye in the sky in this case. She's currently walking towards her first sim to have a little chat with. And here he is. You can also see in the top right that Colton is getting ready to have a birthday. All my sims are aging. Well, I'm just trying to fulfill my career. So you can chat with a sim as you normally would and make friends with them, and then they will appear in your relationship panel once you've done that. Also another girl here who would like to chat to me. And we can issue a citation to her, so she must have been littering or something like that. I don't know. And here we go. Here she has a citation. They never react very well to that, obviously. And off she goes. And now our only goal is to return to police station. Usually you will get a thing saying you need to go on patrol for so many hours, usually 2, and you'll stay there for the duration of that. Now another loading screen as we go back to the police station. And here we are, back at the police station, and you can see that she has enough clues now to issue an APB, and she has a rough description of the suspect. The more clues you have, the more likely you will be able to identify the suspect, because you will have to do it yourself. And it's using the new notepad feature that you'll have got in the latest update. It came in the patch with the basements and the Easter eggs, and it's down using your phone. You can open the notepad. I'll show you later on in the video, but you can use it for gardening and all kinds of things, but it's definitely used a lot within this career as well. So we click on the map here to issue an APB, and then we're back to another loading screen. Like I said, this can get a little bit distressing, but luckily they're not that long of loading screens at this time, but who knows how that'll go. I think they're doing a good job keeping that quite quick, but I don't know what it's like on another computer, who knows. So, all points bulletin, a suspect fitting the APB description has been spotted in this area. Ask around to see if anyone can point you towards the suspect, and also check your notebook. So, let's open the notebook and see what we can find. You can see it's just up here. Suspect is female, has red hair, is a geek and wearing a skirt, so really we just need a female who has red hair and is wearing a skirt. It usually gives you an idea of the age range as well, but we haven't got that clue yet, so we could go back and discover that clue. At the moment I'm just scanning the area. Again, it's handy being the eye in the sky. Seeing if there's a female wearing a skirt with red hair. Let's look and see. She doesn't have red hair, so it can't be her. He's a young boy, it can't be him. Let's go back and see where Holly is. Okay, down here is a girl wearing a skirt with red hair. She's chatting with Kendall, who is actually Holly's niece. But they don't really know each other very well because she was born after her brother moved out, so one of her brothers anyway. So yeah, we're going to just arrest this girl. I'm going to take a leap of faith and arrest her, because I think she's the only girl around that has red hair and is wearing a skirt. So Holly's on her way back now, not in any real rush here. She's going to dangle the handcuffs in front of her face and take her away. And again, loading screen as we take the suspect back to the station. This again was a process that could be a little bit glitchy. Unfortunately, the Sims didn't always come back with Holly when they were supposed to, and I had to wait to the next shift for them to appear, which was a little bit strange, and I think this is one of those situations, unfortunately. So now that you have learned about the work in the world, out in the world, you should know there's plenty to do around the station as well. To be fair, that might be an actual test, that part, but sometimes the sim didn't come back when they were supposed to, because usually at this point you would be able to go and interrogate that suspect, but at this point maybe that's handed over to someone in a higher ranking than Holly, because she did get that later on, but I'll show you anyway in future videos. Stay tuned. So at this point I'm going to get one of the criminals out of the jail cell again, because you can see I've got some tasks to do up there. search criminals at the booking station, get criminals' fingerprints at the booking station, and take a police report from a civilian. Civilians will come into the desk at the front. You can staff the front desk. I didn't really do that, but it's definitely something you can do, and I would definitely try that if you've got everything else done and your bar at the top, your events bar, is right up to the full. Then try out things like that, but really there's not that much time. As you can see, like, the time just goes. So she's searching another suspect now from the jail cell. Another thing that you're going to have to do is talk to the chief. The chief will change throughout your career. I think mine changed about 3 times. You'll see anyway, 3 or 4 times. One of them I was quite good friends with. This is the first chief that we had on board. You will have to use an interaction first before you get the talk to the chief interaction. It doesn't count just to chat to the chief, you have to click the talk to the chief interaction. And with this gameplay, by the way, I'm not going to show you every single playout because I don't want it just to be really repetitive. I'm just going to be really informative and cut out the bits that are really boring. So once she's actually talked to the chief or chatted to the chief and got to know him, then you can click on him and get the talk to the chief interaction. And you can see down in the bottom right there, oh, and I'm actually not doing that right now because I don't think I've realised that yet, but you can see that you can discuss case theories as well with your other, what are they called? Colleagues, there we go. Co-workers, as it says up there. And when you do that, you'll get your little notepad out as well, and that should help with your clues. And they also do, in their answer, this high and over there animation. There we go with the talk to the chief interaction. And you can see down the bottom right, she's ticked off 2 of the requirements there. He does say, the chief always says something nasty. You have to have a really high relationship for him not to say something really offensive. But, you know, it doesn't really affect their mood or anything like that, so that's fine. Another object that you get to achieve is working out. Unfortunately, Holly did put on a lot of weight during her work at the police station. I think that's something to do with her, I don't know, I'd say genes, because she and her daughter as well both put on a lot of weight as they aged up and just filled out. They were definitely pear or apple shaped Sims, and you definitely notice it a lot. You'll see now, and you'll see on the later videos, she definitely gets plumper. Even though she works out on these treadmills, it doesn't seem to make much of a difference, although she doesn't do it that much. So at this point, she's got time to do an hour on the treadmill, and that's what she's going to do. Okay, so now she's worked out for a full hour. That's ticked it off on the events bit up the top left. And she can now go on to browse the police database, which is another task that she needs to complete. Although her task bar is completely full, so she should get a really good performance boost by the end of this. See the sim move so that she is able to go down. You will see as well that this guy here is very later on the chief of the whole station. I mean, how did that happen? And before Holly? How? I don't know, but he did. He did it. Holly's workday will be over in 1 hour. She's currently just carrying on with her tasks, working her way through the list and going through the motions until her shift ends. You can see if you click that button you can leave work early or you can stay late. I'll show you that in a little more detail later on. And that is the end of her second shift. She's earned 328 and got no promotion, but you can see her performance boost in the bottom right hand just there before we left. And I will see you in the next shift.